Today's video is all about how to package your decorated cookies. I broke this video down into 3 parts, so let's get started. For part 1, I'm going to show you how to package cookies and how to decorate the boxes to give them as gifts. I'm going to show you 3 different types of boxes, small, medium, and large, and all of the links for everything that I use in the video will be in a blog post, and I'll put the link to that down below. To make the cookie boxes a little more festive, the options are really endless. So I'm going to show you guys some different ideas using some ribbon, fabric ribbon, twine, some bells, some bows, and some gift tags. There are just so many things out there, but it doesn't have to get too expensive. I think that giving the gift of decorated sugar cookies is a big enough gift in itself. I'm going to start with the small box, which fits 2 medium-sized cookies, which are about 3 to 4.5 inches in length and width. Medium-sized cookies are a pretty typical cookie cutter shape, so that's really what I'm going to be referencing for most of the video. First, I'm going to put down some crinkle paper, which really helps to keep the cookies from moving around, as well as also look festive. Something that I recommend is trying to match the crinkle paper to the occasion or to the colors of the cookies. It's just kind of a nice little added detail. You can leave this as is, which I think looks nice just like that, or you can tie it with some twine. So I stuck the twine underneath the box, I pulled it up, twisted it in the middle, and then brought it across to the other sides, and then I'm tying it on the bottom. You can hold it against your chest to tie it, or if you have somebody that can help you out, have them hold the box while you tie it. You don't want to flip the box over because the cookies will get smashed at the top and that crinkle paper will just kind of go everywhere. I decided to add a bow on top to make this box look complete, and I just put a little piece of tape on it just so that that bow is going to stay in place. Maybe you want to gift a few more cookies than just 2 cookies like the last one. So now I'm going to show you how to package a medium-sized box. This is also called a pie box. So I'm going to add in my crinkle paper, and for this example, I'm going to use my gingerbread cookies. So this fits about 6 to 8 cookies, but it's important to note that the shape of the cookie does matter as well. If you had all circles or all squares, it would be pretty easy to fit all of them in nice and neat and most likely facing the same direction. But when you start to work with shapes that are different in size and just the shape of it, like how I'm using North Star and gingerbread men, you kind of have to fit them together like a puzzle. They may not all face the same direction, but I still think that it looks pretty nice. And I used to always try to want them to face the same way, but I had to give that up in order to make everything fit. And here's an example of how 6 cookies look and how you can get them to all fit in the same direction. So sometimes I add a little piece of tape just to ensure that the box is going to stay closed. And then in order to make it festive, I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to make another bow, but I'm going to do it slightly different than the last example. I'm taking about 2.5 to 3 times the length of the box in twine, and I'm going to cut it. And then I want to find the middle of the twine by pulling down the 2 ends. You want to take that middle and you just want to lay it over the top of the box like so. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to pull it to the sides, bring it under. You may have to lift up the box here, so if someone can help you out, then that is definitely going to make things easier. You want to twist the twine together and then pull it up on the opposite sides of the box. In the last example, I did it where we tied it on top. This example, we're twisting it underneath. And then you can make a knot here. I know that it might look or sound confusing, but I promise you after you practice a few times, it gets really easy. And the reason why we're tying it this way is because we can't flip the box upside down, otherwise the cookies are going to go everywhere or they could break. If you want to add a bow, you can stick it right in the center. I just recommend cutting off the ends of that twine. Or maybe you want to add a bell. So before you go ahead and tie the bow, you just want to slip the end of the twine through the eyelet of the bell. And then all you have to do is tie a bow and it stays in place. So I put a link for the bells that I used, but if you go out and you see your own, make sure that it has that eyelet on the top so that you can easily slip the string or the twine through it. For the last size, I'm going to show you how to use this donut box. So this fits 1 dozen medium-sized cookies or about 6 to 8 large cookies. So for this one, I decided to go with white crinkle paper and white snowflake cookies. Unfortunately, my camera kind of cut off when I was putting them into the box, but I just arranged them in a simple pattern and I gave them some space in between. If I shifted them a little bit, I could probably add 2 or 3 more cookies. I really like this fabric ribbon that I see in the stores, and I see this stuff everywhere. Target, the dollar store. I decided that I wanted to DIY my own type of bow. You could easily just tie a traditional knot, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I'm just folding up the ribbon to make these 2 loop shapes. After that, you want to fold the shapes once again over each other so that there will be enough fabric that can cover up the tape. Stick the first piece of the tape underneath the ribbon and then stick the second piece under the ribbon but on the other side. Then I'm going to take another piece of tape, just roll it up and then stick it into the corner of the box. And I'm just going to stick that ribbon right on. And the fabric really holds well with the tape, so you don't need too much. Then I decided that I wanted to use this personalized gift tag, and these are so adorable, and I got this shape and style so that I could use them for all sorts of occasions, for birthdays, for baby shower gifts. You can write a cute message, and then I didn't even add any extra tape. I just stuck it right underneath that ribbon, and it just holds really well. I also wanted to show you guys what it would look like to package your cookies with this alternating color pattern. The ways to decorate your cookie boxes are really endless. So these are just a couple of simple ideas that are my favorite go-tos, and I hope you guys like these ideas. There could be so many more, but we are going to move on to part 2 of the video, which is how to use cellophane bags. There are 2 types of cellophane bags that I recommend. The first ones are the ones that you see here in this video, and the second ones are the self-sealing ones. For those, what you do is you rip off the backing, and because it's sticky, you just fold it over itself, so there's no need to add any ribbon. Those are great if you're a home baker because they lay flatter, so you can easily stick on your label with your logo or your ingredients list. Now, you can use cellophane bags for any occasion, not just the holidays. I'm just using the holiday cookies because that's what I had on hand. They're really great because it's just a nice little appreciation gift, and I love doing this and giving it to teachers or to your mailman or to anyone who you like to show your appreciation with a cookie. Now for these, you want to stick in a fully dried cookie, so make sure that your cookies have been drying overnight. Then you're going to scrunch it up and you're going to tie your ribbon. I like to curl the ribbon, and you can do that by holding open the scissors and pressing your thumb and the ribbon against the dull side of the scissors. And then you just pull straight up and you have these nice little curls. Now we're on to the very last part of the video, part 3, the donut box. So I'm going to give you all my tips, and this will be very helpful if you're a home baker who sells the cookies, or if you want to gift someone 1 dozen cookies or you need to transport them. So I use a donut box, and this fits 1 dozen medium cookies, which is about 3 to 4.5 inches. Now all the shapes are different, but I've always been able to fit them all into 1 single box, and that's because you just have to move them around a bit to fit them like a puzzle. But trust me, this is helpful that they're touching each other, because when they move around, they don't have any place to go since they're balanced against each other. As long as the royal icing isn't touching the sides, then you're good. I have not had any broken cookies yet from doing this method. I just find it to be easy. I used to try to put them on platters or in cellophane bags and in cardboard when I was a home baker, and it was just too overwhelming to spend that extra time. So the donut box is my perfect solution. And if you are a home baker, this is a great place to put a thank you sticker or your logo right where you close the box. And here's a close-up view of that. So you can see that these cookies are touching each other, but the roll icing is not. I don't ice all my cookies right up to that very edge, and that's just something that works for me. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!